Good evening, everybody. It's 9:30 on the East Coast, 6:30 on the West Coast on a Monday night. It must mean it's time for your weekly Calamity Jane live stream. There's something weird going on here, James. It feels like we're a little crowded. We're sharing a little bit more real estate amongst more people. It's interesting. Oh, wait, there's Jeff James down below. Hello, Jeff James.
Hey, what's up? I bought the program. I'm gonna be on the show now.
Okay, wonderful.
At least this episode.
Yes, exactly. Well, first off, I want to thank, we have a brand new patron. I just got the confirmation from that today. They signed up on the $1 plan, and it was none other than Dia Patel. Dia Patel is now a $1 a month subscriber to our Patreon.
We're getting all kinds of celebs. We're getting our voice acting celebs.
I know.
So
people don't know this, but Dia was gracious enough to provide us the voice of Kalamity for our animatic. And Mr. James, who's sitting on the screen, at least our viewers are going to see on the bottom beneath James and I, where he should be, is the man of the hour, Jeff James. He's the guy who does the voice for Mitchell Winchester. Jeff, how you doing?
Good. I did what now?
You were on so much meth at that point. I mean, it was just exactly.
Yes,
we did get a good
I voiced Mitchell.
Yes. Jeff's voice is Mitchell, and he was gracious enough to come onto our silly little stream tonight and chat with us for a bit.
Canceled all my plans tonight.
He did. He had so many plans of doing nothing. Yeah, right. That's his joke.
How many ways can you do
nothing?
Yeah.
What's that, James?
How many ways can you do nothing is the question.
I'm
sure there's all kinds of ways to do it.
That is true. That is fair.
Yeah.
So what are we working on tonight, James?
Well, first of all, welcome, Jeff. I wanted to say, I was asking Eric before stream, because I always do well, not always, but I do sometimes a non-sponsor. For tonight's non-sponsor, I got beer.
Ooh, Asahi. That's a decent. That's a decent Japanese lager right there.
Yeah, I figured this might take a little, in celebration of having Jeff hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, I forgot to get beer.
Cheers.
Yeah, I know. That's. I was telling him, he was like, "Should I just get a regular drink or booze?" I'm like, "Get booze."
You're gonna need it. This might be the last episode.
That's the implication.
YouTube's gonna send us a cease and desist. Please do not have Mr. James on there anymore.
Yeah, the fact that we have a non-sponsor for the drink, it means
right. Asahi's gonna send us a cease and desist. Right. Yeah. We do not our fine lager being associated with Jeff James.
So, kind of apologies in advance for all parties involved. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll be sharing screen and we'll talk about stuff tonight while we talk about other stuff, all that other good things. So let's see, share. All right.
Well, there he is.
See my screen. Yeah. There's Mr. Jeff. I'm doing some poses for Jeff talking to Calamity tonight. So, just to kind of play it through, let me see if I hope you guys can hear my audio when I play it. But
did you click the share audio button?
Oh,
no, so we're not going to hear it. Yeah.
Oh man, is there a way to actually just do it within sharing? I guess not.
I don't honestly know.
All right, so I'll stop share. I will share screen again, and yes, I forget that. Share sound, share. There we go.
Yeah, we should hear it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll find it out here. But yeah, I'll play a little couple. We're not gonna play everything, but we'll play a little bit.
Oh, good.
Let's see here. Undo that.
Sarsaparilla? Most folks around these parts only drink whiskey. 3 X's.
Where's that laughing coming from?
It's his laugh track.
It's always a
laugh track.
We're waiting for Clem audio.
Yeah. I gotta redo it.
What brings you to Dry Gulp Gorge, stranger?
Here's some more audio. But yeah, we have some
Cave
things.
Monsters? Portals? Stranger, you don't need a rest. You need a shrink.
And we're gonna have to redo a lot of that audio because I'm rewriting this entire scene. But for the time, the animation will work, but the dialogue's gonna change.
I think I just got a splinter from all that wooden acting I just heard myself do.
Oh, I know. Well, that happens with all of us. Like,
we all hate our own
drink,
voice.
Stranger.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
And the great news is, Jeff, is you're gonna have more splinters because we're gonna have to ask you to maybe redo some of the lines if we need to, depending on what Eric writes. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, because I think with Mitchell's lines, I think they're neutral enough to where maybe you don't need to rewrite, Eric. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see. We gotta. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. I've done a couple of drafts, and I'm still not happy with what I've come up with. So I'm still tweaking it. For context, Jeff, we've done a bit of a change to the Mitchell character, or not the Mitchell character, to the relationship between Kalamity and Leon. He's now her uncle.
Oh.
And rather than Kalamity randomly showing up into Dry Gulp Gorge, when Leon meets his untimely demise, he actually tells her to go to Dry Gulp Gorge. Oh. So this scene was originally written with her being a true wanderer, happening to stumble onto Dry Gulp Gorge, but now she's come with the express from the express direction of her uncle.
Cool.
And so that'll change the scene a little bit in terms of what her motivation is, what she's asking about Leon, because before she was just following the pig monsters, and now she's actually here at the behest of her uncle, which changes the motivation. It also changes some of the underlying fiction behind the Warhogs, which we don't really discuss in the pilot episode, but these aren't the only times you'll see the Warhogs over the course of the series.
Cool. I get to be an uncle.
Not you.
Oh, wait.
Mitchell.
I listened to that really well.
Mitchell, sure they will.
Did you say something?
Mitchell remains unfazed, as you always are.
Good.
He is unchanged. It is Leon who has changed, not Mitchell.
I mean,
I do like the look for Mitchell. I do wear a bag over my head in a lot of
Only when you go outside.
Yeah. My neighbors thank me for it.
Yes. But in any case, so this is what we've been working on for a while. The reason we asked you to come on is because we've been doing a lot of Mitchell-focused animation work in the last couple of weeks, and we thought it'd be a perfect time to bring you in and let the world see the man behind the paper bag, so to speak.
Hey,
yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
I mean, we need to do this before. Again, we have to have it deleted anyway off of YouTube. So
right.
Why not just at least try to.
We might crash YouTube tonight. You don't know.
I mean, the number of viewers are going to be in the zeros. It's unbelievable.
Well, unfortunately,
hey, but we're going to multiply that zero by hundreds.
Well, exactly. I see what you did there. A little bit of a math joke.
Zing.
Once our little show takes off and it's the talk of the town, people will be able to go back and look at our archives and sort of follow us on our journey to this point. I actually went through and was looking at it. We've been doing this for a while now, James.
4 years.
I don't know, and I don't know how you put up with me, Eric, this whole time. Like I said, that part's. I'm happy that we've been doing it for a while, but it is. How long have we? Look, Eric actually probably has the numbers. How long have we been doing it for?
About 3 years.
No.
Yeah.
No.
4 years.
No. Streaming.
We started doing it during the pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
And we started doing it. Yeah, we started doing it consistently during the pandemic. But we had done a few streams before that when we were still playing around with Adobe Animate. Remember?
Yeah.
And rather than our actual mugs,
animator.
Character Animator,
yeah.
we actually had they had that really cool real-time animation tech.
Yeah.
And so
we decided we don't, I mean, at least for me, I don't want to look pretty anymore. I just want to use my ugly mug and just use live. I don't know what happened. Like, whether we wanted to go back or what.
Well, it was. I mean, for me, honestly, it was just staying still. Like the technology is such that you kind of have to hold a very specific position for the camera to pick up all of your expressions. And my glasses, you could never see my eyes, so my eyes never moved correctly, and it was just it was a lot of stuff. And so we just basically, it was too many technical obstacles to fight against to get it over, or to get it working the way we wanted it to. And so we just decided to just use a webcam. But yeah, when we started in earnest in 2020, when it was pretty clear that the pandemic was not a flatten the curve kind of scenario. No. And it was, this is a world-altering event kind of scenario. Oh no! Oh, self-directed. I thought it crashed. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we've been doing it since 2020, and mid 2020, and we're now in late 2022, and we did it off and on before that. So I'd say 2.5 to 3 years, depending on how you want to calculate time. And
Man, that's so trippy. And you know how I am with time. I'm terrible with it. I was doing an Arbiter impersonation with StarCraft, last week or the week before? I don't even know when that was.
James or Jeff, StarCraft is a video game.
Wait, slow down there.
Yeah.
So
I remember StarCraft. We used to play that back in my many years ago when we had bigger, fatter computers.
Yeah, much fatter.
My 486, I'd play it off.
Probably did not play it on a 486.
Yeah, 486 is more Command and Conquer 1 territory.
It was Commander Keen on 486.
Yeah, you could play Commander Keen on the 486 for sure, yeah. Anyway, speaking of sci-fi, I won't belabor the point because I know neither of you have seen it, but seriously,
this would
dude.
Be a good discussion then.
The last 2 episodes of Andor, so good. It's so good. I really dig this show, and this is me saying. I mean, I know we've hit this dead horse a lot, but I'm not a fan of Star Wars, but I really, really like this show.
So Jeff, it'll be interesting to see where you kind of stand with this. So I am a fan of Star Wars, except for, I think along with a lot of majority fans, people kind of wanted to check out after the Phantom Menace at one point, and then when the new ones came out, then people were really angry. Some people liked it, but a lot of people were angry. But I still would want to watch Star Wars. So I would go with Eric. I would talk with Eric and go, "Hey, you should watch The Mandalorian. It's great." Blah 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 blah. And and I would try to do my own little marketing campaign for Eric, and he would be like, "Nope," and he'd slam the fist down, violent, throw chairs, and do it all on the stream. So
many shattered windows.
But then Andor comes out, and I'm expecting stuff, and so far I'm not. I was nerding out with Eric about how I had issues with the show. Where are you with Star Wars? You don't really follow it that much? Or?
I am gleefully indifferent to Star Wars.
See, that's the safest place
the
to
middle,
be,
the squishy, non-committal middle.
I am so.
Here's where I stand with Star Wars. You only need to watch the original trilogy, and then you can shut it off.
I think
it's respectable. That's I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
You don't need the sequels. Eric and I actually watched Mandalorian together, and we were like, "Yeah, that was a show."
Yeah, that was my take. Yes.
That was a show.
That was a show.
It had some high production value.
Yeah.
I kind of like what they were doing, but
I mean, I think in all fairness, the reason I like Andor is because it's not really Star Wars. Other than like the costumes and some of the weapons and the names of planets, it has nothing to do with Star Wars. You could take the Star Wars franchise out of it and it would still work as a show, like 100%.
Eric used to love Star Wars.
I did. I very much. Yes.
See, so Eric's like a jaded fan. Yeah,
I read so much of the extended universe. I still maintain that the Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, the Dark Force Rising, and The Last Command. Those were phenomenal books. But I should have stopped there. I shouldn't have kept reading after those 3.
Timothy Zahn wrote 3 books, and that was it?
No, he wrote 5 books. He wrote 3 books, and then he wrote so they brought in this alien species called the Yuzhan Vong at some point, which is this really crappy species of alien who basically every weakness the Jedi could have, they have a strength towards that weakness. They have a rock material that's immune to lightsabers. They have the ability to resist the Force. It's just it's the dumbest bad guy ever. Anyway, to cap off the sort of the first volume, if you will, of the extended universe, Timothy Zahn came back and wrote 2 more books called The Hand of Thrawn Duology, which was 2 books.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was, it brought back a couple of characters from like Kevin J. Anderson's series and a few of the other writers, and sort of bookended his original 3 books with these last 2 books, and sort of wrapped up all of those storylines while simultaneously foreshadowing the arrival of these new alien creatures. I read the first book of that, with the Yuzhan Vong, and where they killed off Chewbacca, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm done with all this nonsense.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. That was a really deep dive.
That's pretty intense.
So yes, I did used to like Star Wars a lot.
that's obvious. I mean, right
I
there.
never read those. I read Super Fudge once.
So this brings up a good, at least for me, a question. Like, so for Eric and Jeff, like when you guys go and hang out, like whether you're drinking a beer and hanging out, like you guys don't talk about any of this stuff, like, or does Eric just throw this onto Jeff, and then Jeff just kind of zones out and pretends to listen, or like how does this work?
I redirect
That's exactly how it works.
I redirect my geekdom into things that he actually understands.
Oh,
he has to dumb it down for me.
I do, yeah.
Big, short words.
I'll fake my way through Cobra Kai, or I'll talk only about the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development, or I'll smile and nod politely when he rants about the Beach Boys, or
Wearing a Beach Boys shirt tonight.
So,
oh, nice, very nice.
I know everything there is to know about the Beach Boys because he won't shut up about the Beach Boys.
That's my jam.
Really, they're your all-time most favorite band or something?
The Beatles, the Stones.
He's
I like the old stuff.
He's a 70-year-old man trapped in a 40-year-old's body.
Say, 'cause
42.
All that music is sort of, I mean, it seems a little bit. I mean, anybody can enjoy the Beach Boys, Beatles.
Sure.
I listen to the kids stuff these days. I got into Guns N' Roses.
I feel old, like discovering an album from 2016, and he's like not listening to music past 1974.
There is no music past 1974. They just kind of stopped.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know how to. I mean, I like some of these bands. You can't help but listen to them anyway because they're just older. They're old now. Like AC/DC for me is like go-to for listening to rock, or Motorhead or whatever, those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sad.
See, you're kind of getting into the territory with Eric and I, which is old men shouting at clouds stuff almost a little bit when you're saying.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing to do.
Well, I mean, like I'm embarrassed because I'm just now discovering like the Growlers and Broken Bells and Coconut Records and all of these like sort of indie rock groups, but that haven't released an album since like 2018, which is not true actually. Broken Bells just released a new album a couple of weeks ago, but like these are bands that have been around forever, and I'm just now discovering them.
Broken Bowels.
Exactly.
Broken Bells. Broken Bells.
Oh, bells. That's like
bells.
toilet music.
Ding, 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 the broken bells. Yes.
Bells.
So it seems like we're all discovering. Jeff and I are both discovering these bands at the same time here.
Well, that's because Jeff thought music stopped after 1974. I mean, so it's understandable.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. That's true. But yeah, for me, I mean, I try to listen to stuff like even like modern stuff. I just get angry a lot. It's just nothing. To me, nothing. Like a lot of music is kind of. I mean, there are moments of good stuff here and there, but I'm persnickety too. I'm just gonna get old, annoyed after 2000, trying to search for that.
There's some good stuff. That Silk Sonic album was pretty good.
Yeah, An Evening with Silk Sonic was a good album. Bruno Mars and
that's about
Anderson
it.
.Paak.
I don't think there's anything else.
I mean, Metric is really great, and it sucks that it took me till Scott Pilgrim versus the World before I discovered them. And
who's Metric? Are they electronic?
No, they're rock. I mean, this is all sort of indie rock. I mean, that's my milieu. I like rock music, and so I tend to listen mostly to that. I mean, I do like some hip hop, and I like zero country. I love blues and souls and R&B, and funk and that kind of stuff. But like my happy music, my happy place music tends to be rock music. So that's typically what Spotify is always serving up to me as a result.
That's yeah.
But, I mean, like and like another band like The Strokes, like they've been around for years. I'm like, hey, the Strokes band is not bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. The rest of the world figured that out a long fucking time ago.
I mean, I see plenty of their T-shirts. That's the only reason why I know about them. And then Amita educates me on.
Oh yeah, you've definitely heard a ton of their songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without even knowing it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of funny. Yeah.
What do we talk about when we hang out, Eric?
Well, I mean, we talk about like video games, like
That's true.
We will oftentimes we'll put on a record and just talk about it because he knows everything there is to know about music before 1974.
Yeah.
And after 1965. So he's got a good decade of musical knowledge.
That's all I can muster.
Well, yeah, we'll chat video games and we'll chat some TV in not much movies. You don't really you like movies, but you don't watch movies. Is my take
Yeah,
on you.
you know,
Yeah,
busy.
see, there you go.
I,
Movies are too long, but then you'll sit and watch 4 hours of Cobra Kai back to back to back to back.
oh, you know I will.
I know you will.
Now, that
Oh,
is
wait a
show.
second. Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to have a little mini debate here because at least for me, I thought Cobra Kai kind of fell off after season 2. And again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But what are we on now? We're on season 3, right? I haven't even bothered
5.
watching it. We're on 5.
We just did 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay, then I have seen all up to 4, but it's so I'm so annoyed that I don't even I'm just saying it's season 2. I'm calling season 4 season 2. Sadly, it's just season 4 to me is where it really kind of fell off the rails for me.
When
watching
Tony
it.
Silver shows up.
Yes, the ponytail bad guy.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
It's only a matter of time. I knew they were gonna he was gonna show up, but it's just kind of I can't tell if the show's trying to be teen drama ish. Like I don't know what their audience is. Like, are they trying to tap into us, which we're all old men? And what's the point? Like, do we
It's
we
both.
Yeah, I don't-
It's picking up it's taking the legacy of the Karate Kid movies and
Yeah.
it's got something for the old fans, but it introduces new characters into the fold. So you don't really have to be a huge Karate Kid aficionado to appreciate the show, although it definitely helps because they really love some Karate Kid, the writers of that show.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely sense the fan in the writing, with the
Yeah.
show. I just feel like it felt like it got too much about the kids, but I know that they need to do that too. Is the thing. Like I'm conflicted. Like it's just I'm not. Okay, you know what it is. I don't think I'm as interested in the kids. I like Miguel, the main the kid.
Miguel's
the
great.
core kids they introduced in season 1. I'm on board with, like, sure, but
Yeah.
it felt like it kind of just went all over the place a little bit by season 4. Like I don't like the villain girl and her drama, and then Daniel's daughter, which is a core character. They're all core characters. I just can't.
Yeah, it gets a bit much, and that was Eric's gripe about the show. And it's funny because our mutual friend Jay, who also voices a character on,
He does. Yeah, Jay
Oh
does.
my gosh,
Yes.
it's just VA night here. On
yeah,
our
we got to
stream.
get him on.
That's
But,
right.
he came
Back when
over,
I was back in the war, and I was fighting, and we were in Da Nang.
old comrade. But he came over a week or two ago to catch up on the latest season of Cobra Kai, and I was telling him, yeah, Eric actually watched all of season 5 of Cobra Kai. We could talk about it. It was okay. But we were watching the Cobra Kai one of the episodes from this season, and there is a scene. I'm not giving away any relevant spoilers here, where the two dueling dojos, Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai, are like at a water park that was shot here in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Huh.
And they're fighting for supremacy over who gets to stay at the water park. So they do this stupid, like, dueling water slide race. And as this is going on, like, Jay turned to me and he's like, I can see why Eric doesn't like the teenage drama stuff. They're like, yeah, this is not one of their finer scenes in this season.
No, that was honestly almost unwatchable.
But yeah, season 4 I liked a lot. I liked having Silver back. He's so over the top, but he's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing Chosen back, that made me so happy. He's my favorite character. And he steals every scene in this last season. Like, he is so funny.
He's the villain from Karate Kid 2 who comes to the States.
Oh, that's right.
He was in season 4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's great. Yeah, and then I saw the trailer. Like, I know he's in it. And he makes his return to help. I'm assuming to help build back up the dojo and everything else. And yeah, so that's cool.
That show it's good, stupid fun, but it's highly addictive.
I do. And here's the thing: is like I almost wish it was just Johnny and Daniel LaRusso just arguing the entire 40 minutes and then another episode of it, because Zabka is so his line delivery and his half toxic masculinity on accident stuff that he does. That's great writing in that. Like I just think it's hilarious because he doesn't know that he's being offensive because he still lives.
In the
All
80s.
of us are being back to that theme of us living in the '80s with music and stuff. But yeah, he lives in that era. He just doesn't give a crap about anything. And I don't know. It's something funny about that.
I like that too, but I was during season 4 when Daniel and Johnny are still butting heads. I'm like, you've done this to death now. Like,
That's
okay,
true.
you get it. You're at odds with each other. The thing I like about season 5 is it finally puts that feud to bed. They're actually getting along and being friends with each other, and it's kind of nice to see that, because I was getting really tired of they're at odds with each other again. There's only so many ways you can do that.
And this is more of a dilemma, I think, as showrunner and writer, though, is, I mean, drama is good television, right? I mean, you need to have
Usually.
if you have the yin and yang all in peace, then all of a sudden is it as good? But I guess you're saying that season 5 they've.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I think that they're trying to pivot into this Johnny and Daniel teaming up to take on Kreese at the international tournament, which that won't mean anything to you because you haven't seen season 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that they're pivoting away from that conflict to a new conflict, right?
Yes, they have a new bad guy. In other words, and they have to team up to this bad guy's worse than Johnny ever was.
They introduce the most one-dimensional villain in the history of the show, and what the Korean martial artist. What's her name? I don't remember her character name.
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
I know that she's going to be a major player in season 6, and it's just she's so one-dimensional.
She was a bit much.
She was so one-dimensional. It was a little overwhelming, if you want to know the truth. But
there's the rumor is that everyone thinks that the villain from the next Karate Kid is going to play a part.
Right, and that
I don't know why anyone wants to see that.
Well, I mean, they brought everybody else back at this
I know
time.
they did, and they'll probably bring what's her name back, Hillary
Swank. She's still denying everything. She's still
Is she too big of a star
very
to
coy
say
about it? They've talked to her.
I don't think Hillary Swank is too big of a star at this point.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think back in the day she was like untouchable, but now I think maybe she would do it.
I don't think they can do a sequel to $1 Million Baby, at least not with her in it.
Jesus.
That is the height. That is the height of her powers.
Yeah.
Great actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress. I agree. She did. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the things that she's in, but it feels like she kind of fell off the face. She kind of pulled a Brendan Fraser. She sort of like everybody couldn't stop talking about her, and then she just sort of disappeared.
I think she does more television now.
Really? Okay. I'm not watching the stuff that she's in, basically.
Me neither. I forgot who she was for a while.
But anyway, so yes, there you go, James. That was a bit of a snippet of what Jeff and I talk about when we're getting drunk and playing Mario Kart.
Yeah. We're
So, Jeff,
living the life as 40-something.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just like it brings all the ladies to the yard.
Oh yeah. Ask us to turn down the music.
Yeah, that's true. It's really loud. But come on, Mario Kart tracks are sweet. Good music in that game.
So Jeff, you do play games then. So I thought for a second there I thought like you were a normal human being, unlike Eric and myself who just play games a lot.
No. Normal human being.
You do play some. Okay.
Yeah, no, he plays video games. Not as many as we do.
I go to the nerd conventions, but I'm a jock.
Okay.
I beat people up at the conventions and stuff them in lockers and give them wedgies.
Powering right through that nonsense. He is a really good photographer, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Quite a good photographer. Goes to all the local cons and takes a ton of photos. I keep telling you need to start charging for this stuff, and he's like, I don't know. It's something fun to do. And I'm like, yeah, and you could be getting paid for it, but no, it's just not Jeff's style.
Wait. When you go to the cons, you take pictures of the costume folks and stuff like that, walking around. And...
Jeff, tell him how many views on your Flickr you have.
Let's see. Let me see if I can pull that up. Exit full screen. I hope this doesn't cut me out of the thing. Hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here.
How many views do I have? Let's see. As of today, on my Flickr, which no one uses anymore, they're all on the Instagrams or whatever. But okay, the total number of absolute views I have had and I've had my Flickr account since 2004. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Right now we're at 42 million
What?
898,487 views.
Yes. And he doesn't charge for this. And he doesn't charge.
Wait a sec. I mean, that's like corrupt politician numbers.
I know it is.
There,
it is corrupt politician numbers. Yeah.
Well, you know.
And it's like Jeff, like you're playing the game on hard mode. You go to Flickr, who I don't know who uses that anymore.
Exactly.
You know? And
That's
he
the
did
thing.
that.
It's mostly bots and weirdos that use Flickr now.
Wow.
Anyway.
I would not have expected that number.
Yeah, neither did I.
Wow.
Like every year I take like thousands of photos at like Dragon Con. That's the big convention here in the South. And I'll get a couple million views if I dumped all the photos on my Flickr at once.
I have been telling him to do this. What he needs to do is he needs to set up a web domain, right? Get it a server or pay a server service.
Yeah.
Take a bunch of photos, hand out your card to everybody you take a photo of, and said, put previews up on the website if you want finished ones. Here's my Insta contact. Here's my email. Whatever you want to do, and give them the flat rates on the card, right? Then you know who to prioritize, because you're always talking about you don't know which photos to prioritize first. Well, if you have people who want to pay for them, now you know what your priorities are, right? You get paid for them. You get you basically you can license the photos to them, right? An in perpetuity license. But what you do is you retain the copyright of those photos. You license those photos to them. That way, you can still host those photos on your website. And they also get an in perpetuity license for the photos. So you keep your IP rights to them while also giving them access to it, right? Like, I don't know why you don't do this.
You just said a lot of words.
I'm
No, you're right. You're right. It's laziness mostly.
You do all of this work, though. I mean, it's like
Then
more
I'm too
steps.
tired to like do a business. I'm like, I just edited a whole bunch of photos. Now I gotta sell them.
You don't have to set up a business. You can just do it freelance. I mean, I was freelance for years. I never actually set up I never self-incorporated.
I just had a front row seat to watching how I'm assuming a typical combo goes between Eric and Jeff here.
Yeah.
And like I was watching both of your screens. Like Eric, you're animated. You're like talking to them about the pretty much a life-changing type of thing with business and everything like that. And Jeff is like almost like a screensaver, like a screenshot. And he's just like, dude,
he hit print screen and then replaced it. Yeah.
He probably stepped away for a little bit. He's like, yeah,
I did.
Story, you know?
I'm like, what are we talking about, guys?
This is the rhythm we've gotten into. I mean, I've known Jeff
your
since
life.
Jeff since 1999, 2000, somewhere in there.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, we've known each other for over 20 years at this point. So, we have a bit of half of our conversations are an inside joke at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, for what it's worth, Eric, I think those are great ideas. I mean, now it's just a matter of if you could convince Jeff. I don't know if
it's not my responsibility, right? I mean, Jeff
No,
is the one.
it is your
I
responsibility.
literally just gave him a checklist of what he can do, and it's all very simple. I think the most complicated part is printing up business cards.
Okay,
Eric,
I'll watch the video later on tonight. I'll take notes on what you said.
No,
We'll
you
get a
won't.
couple views out of it.
You just rewinding it over and over again. Wait, what? I didn't understand
Jeff's
that bit.
views, and that'll help us out. Yeah, that'll be great. We can actually have Jeff give us our little view count with the bots. We'll be back to our average of 2.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
we
tens of
actually.
20s viewers.
I mean, it's probably a bot, but we've got someone watching it. Our view count is up at 3 tonight.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. So we have 3 bots. It sounds like. So
Yeah,
that's
so,
great.
it's
You
good.
know,
It's
cool.
good time. It's good time. I mean, no
Welcome,
one's typing anything in the
bots.
chat, so.
Thanks for watching.
Jeff has got an army of bot followers. That's actually what half of his Flickr views are.
That's what that explains.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot, actually. But Jeff, that's pretty impressive. I mean,
There you
congrats, but it seems like you're not really.
Our viewer is Dia.
Oh, hey, Dia.
go. Oh, what up? What's up, Dia? I have not met you.
It's funny. I'm working on Jeff's voice acting section and Dia's character.
That's
you know,
right,
Dia's
the
voice
two-
acting
that's
right here.
We're all here.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Like a
I
weird.
could redo the lines for you now.
Yeah,
I do voices on them.
Yeah, just on the fly.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dia says hi to everybody. So
Hi, Dia.
our viewer is
Hi,
not, in
Dad.
fact, a bot. I don't know how I feel about that right now. I'll be honest.
Now
Well,
I
we have
gotta.
two-
Now I.
we have two bots.
Now I'm shy.
All right.
We have a human and 2 bots. That's great.
Yeah,
You know,
so
it's
that's
something,
good.
right?
She said I would love to. I think that's in response to something that you said, James, about doing more voice, or I missed something. I feel like
I don't know. It depends on the timestamp, and I don't know.
just a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, but remember, time is
Oh,
fluid
with
for
you,
me.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a serious
I don't
problem.
even, so.
Time works differently on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's a reverse entropic schema. Voice acting on the
Just
fly.
said
Oh,
some
okay.
words
Dia's saying that she'd be happy to do some improv voice acting.
There we go. Get her on the show. Let's get as many people on the show
let's
as we
just get.
can.
Let's
just go to.
All of our
Eric.
potential viewers will be actually just
Yeah,
in
hanging
the
out with us.
show.
Just why not? Like everybody just broadcast.
You don't need
We
anyone
don't need,
watching.
we don't need any viewers.
It's like the hell with it. Like just get them on the show if they're gonna watch it.
Jeff's hogging up all the numbers anyway for his Flickr account.
That's
so
right.
What's the point?
All the robots are.
Now I'm disillusioned myself, but whatever.
Maybe a couple of my bots on Flickr heard about the show and came over to watch it.
Oh,
Like, oh wow, he's branched off the TV.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, yeah. So the other thing that I will say, if you haven't watched it, you definitely should, is season 2 of Russian Doll. Or if you haven't seen season 1, watch that first.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
I
Never
love
heard of it.
Natasha Lyonne. First off, I mean, I just think she's great, and she's
Eric, did she get her start on Orange is the New Black? Is that
no,
where
she's been around since long before that.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was actually in American Pie.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's been around. She's a bit of a character actor. Had a really rough go of things, cleaned up, but she brings her sort of life experience of just sort of personal suffering and drug abuse and that kind of stuff to this role, and it's really effective and really believable. And the season 1, it's kind of a Groundhog's Day black comedy. So it's very, it's kind of dark. It's also very funny, but it's also poignant as well. It's the whole theme of the show is sort of dealing with familial trauma and learning to cope and be a more complete person in the face of a deeply dysfunctional family. And learning to forgive yourself and also forgive your family for the mistakes that they make, right? And
So it sounds like the tone's very different for season 2 compared to.
the tone is similar. It doesn't use the Groundhog's Day mechanic. It uses just strict time travel.
Okay.
But
You didn't like time travel.
well, it doesn't
so-
fall into the trap of time travel. She can't change anything. Anytime she tries to change something, she ends up just doing exactly what was going to happen anyway. It was just kind of brilliant, right? And so that kind of becomes part of the running gag of season 2. And I texted James about this last night. It is the last 2 episodes are really, really poignant, really interesting conversation pieces about forgiving yourself for the parents that you had, right? Because
okay.
and it's really, really heady stuff. It's really good though. I highly recommend it. Very, very good show.
Man, I mean, it sounds borderline kind of heavy.
It is. Season 2 is heavier than season 1. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
All right.
I
Yeah.
just like the silly stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
But it sounds good. It sounds good.
It's definitely not your cup of tea, Jeff.
Okay, then I'll tune out then. Let me know when you're not talking about it.
That's all I have to say. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely.
It's it's not a spoiler
Yeah.
to say it's traditional time travel because like that happens within the first minutes of the first
Okay.
episode.
What is it on? What is it? Where do you watch it on?
Netflix.
Well, talking about silly stuff, Jeff. I mean, have you seen Dairy Girls?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a show
What?
you also would not like.
Really? You don't think Jeff
Dirty
wouldn't like
Girls?
it?
What's it called?
Dairy
Dairy.
Girls.
Dairy Girls.
It's a period sitcom based in Northern Ireland during the what is it called, the Troubles, during the period of time in Northern Ireland called the Troubles, which was in the mid 90s, and it's about a group of Catholic schoolgirls and the antics that they get into. It's very Seinfeld-esque if Seinfeld were set in a Catholic school in the mid-90s in Northern Ireland. And that also starred young teenage girls. But it's phenomenally good. I mean, it's uproariously funny.
You don't think I'd like it?
I don't. It's not silly enough. It's hilarious, but it's not silly.
You don't think? I mean, every time one of the characters, Claire, whenever she says any of her lines, she's over the top.
It is
funny,
over the
though.
top, but it's like it's not Cobra Kai. Like no one is chewing scenery in the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, I see.
Jeff only likes shows that chew scenery.
Oh, that's not bad. It is true, but in any case,
It's kind of true.
I was going to argue that point, but I'm like, I don't know where to go with it. So. You got me there. If there aren't old people falling down or cats doing wacky things, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's good stuff too. I like. Well, not old people falling down, but cats doing like stuff.
Yeah, old people.
You know, you're a little bit more on the morbid side there. Jeff. I know that's on you.
You know, it's Monday.
Only if it's really
Friday.
funny old people falling down.
Funny old people.
Funny old people, yeah. Like Mel Brooks falling down.
Poor Mel Brooks. I don't think anything I've watched that's been funny to me lately.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, nothing, huh? Have
No recommendations.
What's
I watch
the?
mostly YouTube at this point.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of series anymore. I don't know why.
I
don't have the attention span. I just don't have the attention span anymore. It's like, I got to get into this show. All right.
It sounds like
takes
work.
every fiber of my being. I rewatched all of Lost a couple months ago, and that was fun.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
just such an out of the blue random thing.
I'm trying to think of things that I've been watching.
No, it's not a judgment. It's just
No,
like
no,
I
it's-
haven't.
no.
Why are you judging me?
No,
I
I'm
rehearsed that like an hour before the show. Oh, they're really going to be interested in this.
And our response is Lost. That show.
It's getting late, guys.
I like Lost. It's just it's not a part of the zeitgeist currently, right? Like
No,
you know.
it's not. It kind of started it, or
Yeah, modern television culture. I mean, I think Lost was what really, it's what it turned. Yeah, that in 24, it really turned serialized television into the predominant form, right?
Yeah, it's more cinematic now. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem so cheap now.
Oh, speaking of cheap, I rewatched Firefly recently.
Huh.
All 13 episodes. Man, that show does not hold up.
Oh,
really?
no.
Oh, it really does
And then
not
I don't
hold
have to
up.
watch it now. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I rewatched it, and the nostalgia aspect of it, it kept me going. But I'm watching this going, man, this show is not good.
What happened? What do you think changed?
It didn't age well, in terms of the hero Mal Reynolds, right? Is just like the epitome of toxic male masculinity.
Really?
Just like, oh yeah,
Man, it's been a while since I've watched this.
So it lives in a society where prostitution is sex work is not only acceptable, it's actually kind of a revered profession that only a few people get partake of. And so was Mal do, because there's this escort is what they're called. He has an escort that comes with him on his ship who he's in love with. And how does he show his love to her? By constantly calling her a whore.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, that did not age
that
well.
would not hold up now. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yet that show has like a crazy following.
It
does.
And, and it's also, and it's through no fault of its own though too. It's somewhat been tainted by the likes of the Proud Boys and it's just sort of the alt-right culture in general, right? Because the whole premise is this guy who is on the losing side of a civil war becomes sort of an outcast smuggler on the fringes of the galaxy, right?
You're saying that they co-opt that?
They sort of co-opted the nature of sort of the rugged, independent individualist and turned it into this kind of gross you know,
it's too bad.
right. And so you
You
watch
like
it.
associated with them now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they-
you watch it. It's hard to separate the two. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I wasn't planning on watching it ever anyway, so.
It sounds like that one you don't have to put on your list.
I wouldn't
anymore. It's,
at
it's
this
faded.
point,
It's faded.
yeah.
It's gonna fade into obscurity.
There's a lot on my list I haven't watched yet. and
That is
probably
true.
never will.
Another one that you
Yeah.
won't watch but you should is Rings of Power. That ended strong. Really,
No.
really ended it. I really liked the
No,
ending.
you're
Hard
not
pass
a
on
you're not
that.
into you're not a Lord of the Rings guy.
No,
No, he is not a.
I care even less about it than Star Wars. Like it can't get any more indifferent than Lord of the Rings for me.
Yeah,
I
A bunch of elves and dragons
and swords. No,
There's
Lord.
actually, there's very few dragons in Lord of the Rings.
see, that's why I don't want to watch it.
either way, Eric, you're trapped. You can't get
Yeah,
him to watch it.
dragons died off somewhere around the end of the first age. So
No.
There you go, Jeff. See,
I mean,
see?
I saw that, and all you need to do is watch Willow, and you don't need to watch Lord of the Rings. Willow knocked
Are
it
you-
out in 90 minutes.
are you gonna watch the TV show on
No,
Disney
not at
Plus?
all.
Why not? If you liked Willow, like, why don't you want to watch that?
I might
Wait,
check
is-
it out on Disney Plus. I don't know. I'm very wary of any reboot, revival.
Sure.
Arrested Development jaded me.
Poor
I
baby.
decided
You
to
weren't
go
happy?
to season 4. I was so excited for that, and then what the hell am I watching? Why am I not laughing at this?
Mm.
He just didn't like it.
No, so yeah, I may check it out, but I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, no, the original movie was fun.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Willow too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I didn't know there was a TV show until tonight. I didn't realize they were doing it.
It's not out
it
yet. They're
picks up,
working on it.
like-
The trailer looked interesting.
It picks up like 25 years later, and
Yeah.
Warwick
Huh.
Davis is still playing Willow, and the young girl who he saved is now the star of the show, and she comes back to seek his
Villain.
counsel, I think,
Yeah.
and wraps him up into another adventure, which is actually so. I'm curious if they're going to stick close to the novels. So George Lucas
I don't know
had
the word novels.
yeah, George Lucas had a guy, and I remember his name, write a series of novels that picked up after the baby grows up and she becomes her sort of a warrior in her own right? And so the novels are about her adventures and her exploits. I've never read them, but I had a friend who really liked them, thought they were great, and I'm curious if they're going to draw from those novels at all, if they're just going to go in a different direction, which is also fine. But yeah.
That's cool. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, is Mad Mardigan going to be in? this
No,
new
well, I
show?
mean, it's Val Kilmer. They're
Yeah.
gonna. I think they're just gonna say he died at some point.
Oh, I was
But his
hoping maybe they
son-
would.
His son has shown up.
Yeah, maybe that's what they do.
His
Put
son
Is Matt
sounds
Mardigan-
exactly like him. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh
Who?
yeah. Val Kilmer's son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch Willow without Mad Mardigan though. He's kind of part of
Yeah.
that. He's part of the chemistry of that cast. I thought, you know,
Yeah.
for me, watch the show. But I don't know. But
I
I'll
mean,
give it a shot.
It's a whole new cast, right? I mean, Warwick Davis, I
Besides Willow.
think, is the only character
Mm-hmm.
returning from the first movies, because again, it's that he thought his adventuring days were over, and then this baby whose like responsibility
Yeah.
he's passed on comes back and says, "I need you again." He's like, what? Right? So,
It could be
And
good.
he's a-
I mean, we'll see.
I
Disney
mean, I
Plus is
like
a
Warwick
very hit or
Davis.
miss.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I probably won't watch it. I mean, I liked Willow, not enough to tune in for a TV show, but I mean, I always want
Yeah.
Warwick Davis because I think he's great. I love him. So,
Mhm.
I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for them to do a reboot or revival of Weekend at Bernie's. They're just sitting on a gold mine.
oh yeah, I forgot that. I forgot Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah,
that's
so-
Jeff's favorite movie, and I'm not
Okay.
saying that sarcastically.
Okay, so that's where the mind of Jeff lives. Is
Yeah,
that
there
kind
you
of
go.
humor that makes that.
Right.
I'm starting to
Wow.
understand more about you, Jeff, after our stream tonight. I'm understanding your taste in comedy now.
More than you ever cared to know.
In his will, he actually
It'll come across. Yeah. Sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
I
Eric.
was going to
Sorry.
say, in his will, he actually stipulates a Weekend in Bernie's scenario funeral.
Man.
I just want to
Man.
be buried with all the discs I have of that movie.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I have
Oh.
4 copies of that movie because they keep putting them out.
For some
Especially-
reason, Because because Jeff keeps buying them. There's like
They're like someone's buying.
Somebody
these, we
keeps-
might as well make
we're buying
more.
another one. Yeah,
Well, that's cool. Jeff does charity work. He does charity work for our stream, giving us his view,
that's right.
and he
That's
also keeps Bernie alive by doing
Mhm,
that. Now, I'm actually a little bit relieved because I thought Jeff was gonna say, like, in my will, I want people to haul around my carcass and do stuff. you know,
No,
like a
that's what his will
funeral.
says. Yeah, no, that's what he wants
Oh,
people to haul his
okay.
carcass
And I
around.
am-
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
And
just
I
gonna
am-
reenact the original movie. We're gonna forget the second
Oh.
movie happened, but we're gonna reenact the first movie.
I don't know how we're gonna get what is it, David
They can
Silverberg?
do,
Is
if
that
they
the
can
guy?
do Rocky Horror Picture Show like live shows, they can do Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been going
well-
for about 50 minutes now. Why don't we start wrapping up and take a look at what you worked on today, James? It seems like you
Yeah.
got pretty far on some
Oh,
stuff.
that's right. I
I
forgot
did.
about
You know what? It's funny. Like having Jeff's voice here, kind of inspires me to draw more and stuff like that. I guess I don't know what it was, but
Really?
yeah, I got a couple of poses, 3 poses in here tonight.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's
Thank
3
you.
X's,
3
Then-
X's.
and then he disappears. But yeah, so
I'll work on my
That's in progress.
voice acting skills. Maybe I'll do a new voice for him.
Okay. All right. Take a class or two.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But
you're not even online.
I'll try something.
Well, in any case, thanks for hanging
Sounds
out with us,
good.
Jeff. This is
Yeah,
basically.
thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. Anytime.
Yeah, it's fun
Gotta
hanging
get-
out.
Yeah, we got to get Jay on here.
Yeah, Jay's never free. And thank you,
Yeah.
Dia, for watching. And
Yeah,
I hope you were entertained.
I hope we didn't take you away
oh
from
man,
from college homework stuff or anything like that.
The most- this
I mean,
is
I don't know.
a bunch of old guys talking about geeky stuff. This must be just the
Sorry,
epitome of.
yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you, Dia, for lending your voice to our cartoon. Thank you, Jeff, for lending your voice to our cartoon. Everybody, you can find us on Patreon. If you head to calamityjane.rocks, it'll take you right to our Patreon site. Please consider joining us in this adventure to make this cartoon a reality. You can also find us on Facebook. Facebook is where we do any of our updates or notifications. Right now, we mostly just use it to post a link to our stream. We also have Instagram at Twitter at Jane Salamander. We do three tweet stories every week, or most weeks. So head on over there to check those out. The nice thing about that is we are spoiling 4 seasons of television, but we're doing it with no context, so you have no idea what any of it means. But you'll be able to look back on it years from now and go, oh my God, these guys have thought way too much about this show because they were planning that all along.
That's part of the deal.
Yeah, so anyway. But yeah, you can go back through and see our 2.5 to 3 year long archives of our stream if you want to see all the crazy stuff we've gotten up to in over all those times. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in tonight, everybody. And remember, we do this live. You don't have to watch this after the fact. 9:30 on Mondays on the East Coast and 6:30 on the West Coast. Anyway, I don't think we're on next week, James.
Oh, it is Halloween, right?
Yeah, well, it's the 24th.
That's the week after.
It's the 24th, and I actually have plans on the 24th. So no stream next week, everybody. No stream next week.
Yeah. Did you notice I time traveled? Like I just.
Yeah, you did. You jumped right over the 24th, right to the
Yeah, I did.
31st or the 30th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy times,
so,
man. Crazy times.
Yeah. But yeah, okay.
All
Well,
right.
well,
so
we'll figure out. We'll be here. We'll be here soon enough.
we will be back before too long. You can't keep us away forever. All right.
You can try.
Anyway, that's it for us tonight, everybody. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks this time. 2 weeks. Keep it on your calendar. All right. Good night,
Peace
everybody.
out.
Bye.
Peace out. Bye.
Word.